That was our guest, ladies and gentlemen, driving away from the podcast. Welcome to the Gamer Hole. I currently have a quad espresso in front of me. Is anyone else sipping on anything? Aqua FPS, go, quick.
It's a coffee.
Sterdekie, what do you have?
My wife made it like 2 hours ago, and I heated it up in the microwave.
Well, you wouldn't have to do that if you actually had an Ember mug, which keeps your warm beverage at the perfect temperature at all times. Mine's 58.5 degrees Celsius, thanks to our friends over at Ember who do not sponsor us, but I very much enjoy their product.
It's a scam.
I wish they would, to be honest.
I got my in-laws such stupid gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was sitting under my nose, the perfect gift for both of them. For both of them, it was sitting under my nose this whole time. They're coffee freaks. They make like 2 pots of coffee when they visit. You know, they drink all of our goddamn coffee.
And you had Ember mug in the back pocket. You just couldn't think of it.
It didn't hit me until Christmas morning when I was just watching them guzzle down their coffee like lunatics, heating it up, turning the pot back on, remaking. I'm like, why didn't I get them Ember mugs?
Wait,
I have an idea for next year.
So the in-laws came into your place for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
They might not need one as
Yeah, it
fast
sounds
as they're
like they
drinking
go
coffee.
through it quick enough. Goddamn.
Well, maybe they'll drink it slower if they had an Ember mug and they weren't worried about that perfect temperature.
Right, they're guzzling it down like it's Coca-Cola. Because they're worried about it dropping 1 degree. Little did I know. I'm a fool. That would have been the perfect gift.
Would have
I
been
got
nice.
it on deck for next year. And I told them, I was like, I just thought of the perfect gift for you guys. I know we're about to open presents, but like, I thought of a way better gift than everything I got you.
You guys just hold on. I'm going to go to the Best Buy real quick. Yeah.
Wait, can we?
Wait, what did you get them
tomorrow? Just stupid like golf stuff. They play a lot of golf, so
yeah, that's
golf
not bad.
That's not a bad gift.
Yeah, but like a golf ball retriever is not as fun of a gift as an Ember mug. You know, like let's be honest. But anyways,
oh, that's true.
Back to the podcast.
Back to the podcast because we haven't talked since for a while.
Yeah.
Well, Hex was on to this like everyone lists their drink thing. I don't know if we wanted to go back to that or maybe it was a good thing I veered off.
I don't know what else to talk about.
I'm very into tea now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had low tea in my life before. Low tea levels.
And now you have high tea levels?
Now I have high tea.
What kind of tea you messing with?
I like green tea. Have I talked about this on the show before? I think I have.
I think you did, but yeah. Go ahead. Green tea is your main thing, right?
I drink coffee in the morning, and then I like to have green tea in the afternoon for a little pick-me-up, but not too much, you know?
I go coffee morning, coffee afternoon, multiple times each, and then tea in the evening when I'm winding down.
Yeah, I noticed last night during the Dungeons and Dragons episode. We just recorded our final episode of the season last night, by the way, everyone. Yeah. So if you want to watch it from start to finish, now's the time. You can binge it from, season 1, 15 episodes.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway,
guys, I hear some really risque stuff happens too in this episode in particular. So really sexy stuff. You guys don't want to miss it.
Fanfic fans.
Yeah.
Shodius and Gert really.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're rolling around in the
sex.
dust.
Yeah. A lot of sex in that
We
episode.
had Sensei Fruit really draw this one up too.
Yeah.
So you don't want to miss this episode.
Have you ever seen a kobold's penis before, guys? It is really something.
For some reason, Zeechum had to go into detail about his penis last night.
Yeah, for some unknown reason. I mean, something's got to drive the views to that show, for God's sakes. Anyways, so during that, I noticed, Dekie, you were drinking like 4 different drinks. You had your tea, you had like a shot glass of some sort of liquor, beer, I think, and like an energy drink or something.
Damn, you're bevved up.
You were literally going around the horn taking
3 drinks.
sips of it. Okay, 3 drinks. I'm sorry.
It was a man that likes to enjoy beverages.
He chose to drink it at like interesting times too, because I think he asked Hark like a semi-serious question, and then he just like like all three at once. Like, let me prepare for what's gonna happen next, and then he like took a shot.
It's it was like watching a drug addict find the perfect mixture to level themselves out. You know what I mean?
Like a scientist.
Like a little heroin, feeling a little knotted out, a little coke, bring you right back up, and then a little weed to take the edge off. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Get you right back to normal.
Right, and then you end up just sober.
Yeah.
So, you feel about normal. Great. Except your body's screaming on the inside.
It's just dying.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I had a beer. I had some tea. And then at the duty-free store when I was coming back to Mexico, they had the Fire Jack Daniels, which Jack Daniels is garbage. I'm from Tennessee. But I know that they have the fire version. I'm a huge fan of Fireball. I love Fireball. But it's super hard to find. You can only find it at like one 7-Eleven in this city that I've been able to locate. And they don't even... The maid's here. I'll be right back.
This will be exciting. I'm really excited.
This will be wonderful. We're going to really talk about some stuff.
Bring her in on this. I have some
And by the
questions.
way, he has mentioned this in the past about how much he loves Fireball. And one of the comments were like, why the fuck are you acting like Fireball is like a good thing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go ahead.
Sucks.
Talk about your Fireball.
No, it doesn't suck. It doesn't. It's like
So bad.
alcoholic candy. It's alcoholic candy. What more could you want?
Why-
It's like drinking hot tamale candies.
Nah,
What are you,
man,
a
that's what I
baby?
think
That's what
antifreeze
babies
tastes
drink.
like.
Yeah. No, it's 100% for like 14-years-olds and high school drinking. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But like it tastes delicious. I mean, seltzers are also for that, and they taste delicious.
That's true. I don't like either of those, but I get it. Carry on. Sorry.
I'm not trying to be manly out here.
Says the guy with a martini on his
drinking
hat.
a dirty martini. Give me a break. I'm here for.
Me and James Bond and women. We enjoy our martinis, okay?
Oh my god.
I love cars too and gadgets.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
they
like
had the
that.
Fire Jack, so I was like, dude, I gotta get this. So I snagged that up, and I was getting it.
So you got a whole bottle of it?
Yeah, it's $25.
And he has
Duty
one.
free,
He has one night to drink it, so he really had to go hard during the pot.
Yeah.
During the
I had
Holy
like 2
shit.
shots of it, and now I'm just gonna sit here for the next month.
which is a perfect segue into what you're doing next, Dekie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I'm about to do a lot more. Let's talk about the traveling I did. Well, it all kind of goes together. Anyway, I'm going to Indonesia tomorrow
Fun.
to hang out, and then I'm going to go live in Australia for like a month. But I was trying to figure out how deep into Indonesia we're going. But yeah, this is the whole thing with like the European trip with Pestily. We're going to doing like our team building exercise in Indonesia, the land of.
What happens if like you get there and then he's like, this isn't a good fit?
Or what if you just hate them?
Shut up. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It's funny that like
That's not going to happen. But if it
No,
was,
it's not.
he would just return flight you. It'd be fine. Move up your flight.
God, no.
yeah, but would it like delay the whole trip kind of thing, or it's not going to
I don't
happen?
think so.
He's going to love you, obviously, Dekie, but
Well, now I have something new to worry about. Thank
He
you,
actually-
Awful, for the 20-something
Dekie,
hour
he
flight that I
actually-
have
it's just
tomorrow.
funny how there is a trial run. It's just for bonding. It's not a test. Okay, it's just to get to
Well,
know.
Mhm.
Dekie Pestily did message me yesterday and said we plan to paint him green and then hose him down. Do you think that'll be a problem?
Luckily, it's warm weather there,
Yeah.
because that would be a problem.
Well, he replied to someone and said, "Don't worry, we have a plan B just in case." Because they asked who Sterdekie was.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's so pestily though. To like he doesn't want to give you too much, he doesn't want to. He wants to keep you where you belong.
He has to
a little bit nervous.
Yeah, he has to say that he's like proud of you, but not like super proud of you.
He's like
that
a
way.
dad. Yeah. He does the same thing with me. Like
You're doing great, son, but you could do a little better.
Right.
I have other options of sons if I need.
he gives off stern dad energy. That's for sure.
He definitely does give off stern dad energy, but every once in a while you get a little like smile or chuckle out of him, and you're like,
I did something.
No, it
I did
feels
something-
extra good. It
yeah,
feels like
I
you-
did good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Dad.
that's all going down.
Toxic. Oh my god.
I
funny.
fly out tomorrow for that. I'm terrified. It's
I'm
like
hyped.
20-something hour flight. I leave
Yeah.
then, and I end up there in like fucking 2 days or something. Time zones and all this other shit, and I don't know, the rotation of the Earth. I don't understand it, but I'm going into a time vortex tomorrow, and I've never been more glad that I have my Steam Deck and Vampire Survivors. So that's a plus.
Have you been to Indonesia before?
No, I've never
Okay,
been
cool.
anywhere near to Indonesia before.
Australia?
No.
Very exciting. That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never
fitting.
been in what they call the East.
Hmm.
You're
Me neither.
also you're gonna travel through a
pictures.
lot of places to get there, so you can pretend like you've been to those places. Because
I'm not a
plans to
layover
land.
vacationer, okay?
Oh,
I
okay.
don't count layover. Some people do. Those people are wrong.
some people do. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I've been
wonderful.
to Chicago, and it's like, oh, really? And they're like, yeah, well, the airport. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
Stuck
I've
in
been
O'Hare
there.
for
Yeah,
2 hours.
okay. I was gonna say we did a layover in Iceland before going to Denmark.
But you actually left
But
the
you did
airport.
stuff.
But we stayed in Iceland for
Yeah.
like 3 days, and
Yeah,
it
so
was
that's different.
It was the
That's
best part of the
3
trip.
days. That's
That's
completely
different.
different.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
You're
sure
good.
what you were talking about because they have
I'm
really
talking
great
about, like-
deals where you stop in Iceland for like a layover, and then it's like cheaper airfare.
That's
but
honestly
any-
the smartest way to do it. Is if you're gonna have a layover somewhere and you have time to just
Yeah.
take like a day or two there.
and it's such a good place for a layover. Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
That's fine. I'm doing Iceland this summer, so I'm very excited about that. That's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
I love it.
But the thing was, so like we're doing this whole European trip. I think we've talked about it. I'm assuming most of you guys have at least an idea about it. So we're doing this as like a preliminary thing. Everybody meet up. We go over all our gear lists. We get a decent agenda and plan for the other trips. You know, we all meet up. We all plan. We all do our stuff.
Yep.
And Pest was all like, well, since you already flew around the world, you might as well just come like stay with me for a couple of extra weeks instead of just flying right back. Because everybody else is based out of Australia. So I was like, sweet, we're doing that. And then we got to run a marathon.
And for the record, you are gonna stay in this little place and stream from there too, or no, or are you not streaming at all?
And that's been a hot thing people keep asking. I should have a place to stream, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought because I knew that he has it set up for other
Can
people.
you have
to
like
stream,
a
so I
whole
assume-
house now
Yeah.
or something for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his new setup. So yeah, I should be streaming from there. I don't know if that's going to be a daily thing or every other day, and God knows what schedule it's going to be on because there's
Where's
like
he
a
gonna
15-hour
stream?
difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, there will be streams after the Indonesia thing. We'll be doing live streams from Indonesia though, with his backpack.
Yep.
So you guys see
IRL
us around
streams.
on IRL streams on his channel. But this all leads to this is all getting ready for Europe, and in Europe I have to drive.
Yeah.
That was part of the application thing. Is like you got to be able to drive because we're gonna be driving through all these countries. There's 4 of us, and we're not gonna like stop most nights. We're just gonna sleep in the back of a van while 2 dudes are driving. So, I need to drive, and I've been a licensed driver before. Until 2 days ago, I was not licensed though because
Yeah.
I had let my permit and my license expire like 5 years ago because I've been to Mexico. I don't need to drive. So I kind of realized that, and I was like, well, shit, that's an issue. So I started addressing this, a month ago, and I called like the Tennessee and DMV, and I was like, yo, what's up, dudes? I need to renew my license. And they're like, okay. How long's it been expired? Less than like a month or something? I was like,
10 years.
5 years. And they're like, oh, there's no renewing that. You have to go through the process again. And I was like, what do you mean the process? They were like, you need to get a permit. And I was like a 15-year-old? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, but I've driven a lot of years, like 10 years, like a lot. I was like, my license just expired. I was like, I went through the full time frame. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. And I was like, okay, so like, can I do that? And then can I do like the driver's test? Because, it's a written test to get your permit. Then you do a driver's test to get your license, at least in Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
and
how a
they're
lot
like,
of places are.
Well, you got to make an appointment. And I was like, oh, fuck. They're like, appointments are at least 2 to 3 weeks out. And I was like, you mean I need to come back to Tennessee 2 times? No way in hell. So like I called them. I had my parents call them. I had my sister in East Tennessee calling them. I had like my brother in DC calling his DMVs to see if I could lie about where I was living, being like because I was like, I'm not gonna go back to the US 2 different times. So I was like all stressed about this shit, and then they were just like, fuck no, you're coming back. And I was like, God damn it. And so they were like, yeah. So I was like, all right, I'll go do the Indonesia thing. After that, I'll fly back to Tennessee in February. Ugh. Because I don't need to drive for Indonesia. That's fine.
Yep.
So I was like, all right. So I flew up there the other day, and I wanted to see my parents and stuff anyway, because I think I'm gonna die on this trip. So I went up there and I did this, and I went in there, aced the test. They are like, how fast does your blood dilute, from alcohol, and when can you drive again after pounding down 2 shots and 7 beers? And I was all like, doing the math in my head like a genius. Aced it. The lady was like, wow, such a great job. I was like, well, I did have my driver's license.
Funny thing is, I currently have my driver's license, and I don't remember any of that shit. Yeah, what the
They had
hell?
a lot of alcohol questions that I was.
What am I, a doctor?
I thought you were doing a doctor. I thought you went to a doctor and they were
I'm
asking
sorry,
you this.
I did guess on a lot of those. All the driving ones, I was like, okay, this is fine. I understand this. Yellow lines, lights, how long I turn on my blinker and stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, that alcohol shit, there was a ton. And I was like, guess. But apparently I guessed right.
Good
You have a
job.
lot of experience drinking alcohol, so
It's probably because Tennessee has a lot of drunk drivers, so now they make sure to
I
ask
love
you.
drinking and driving. I know this one.
oh
I
yeah,
know
I do
just
this
what to
every
drink.
Friday night.
I know just the amount I need to drink.
Don't drink and drive, kids. Don't drink
Yeah,
and
don't
drive.
do that.
And right now I have this the horrible chops going on. It's kind of grown in, so it's harder to see. Oh, I got a something reconnected.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You're showing up here. I
I'm
don't know.
sure it'll be fine. So I finish it. I go back to the lady. She, DMV people are very grumpy, and I'm not a very personable person, but I turned on the Riz to 11 for this.
Yeah, of course.
I was smiling, talking, being real sweet.
Becky walks in. Hey, how you doing today?
Exactly. She's like, and she kind of bought into it. And this is, some 40-year-old woman that clearly hates her life. And so I was trying to be, the right part in her day. And she came in. She's like, all right, well, you did great on the test, took care of it. Now we just need to get your picture. And I was like, whoa. I thought this was just for the permit. She's like, we take pictures for the permit. And I was like,
yeah, of course you do.
I was like, I wasn't ready for this. And I hadn't showered in 3 days. I have the chops going on. I look like I'm straight out of the gutter. And so I was like, oh, shit. She's like, well, go ahead, take off your hat. And I was like, oh, my God. So I go up there, dude. They snapped the most horrendous, vile, like murderer, serial killer, just downright degenerate. And it also has the water stamp shows up on my neck. It looks like I got this massive neck tattoo.
Can you show us that?
I can put
Not
it
right
in
now.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can, right? And actually, here. Hold on. Give me. I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone already
crop that
cropped.
shit.
It's
Yeah, if
already
you can
cropped.
crop,
Yeah,
okay.
but also it's just so you guys get an idea.
No, leave the address in there. That's why I asked. You doxed me the other
Yeah,
day.
exactly. I was gonna say.
Shut up. There it is. Check that. It's in the Discord for us.
Oh my god!
Dude,
Holy
that looks like a
shit.
prison tab.
Oh my god! I love the expression
could that be
on
the
his
thumbnail?
face, dude. You can tell
needs
that
to be the
he
thumbnail.
knows it's gonna be. He's like, oh, I'm not. You can see the pain in his eyes about this photo.
Please let me just put that as a thumbnail with something. We have to talk about you getting arrested or something. That way we can really get going.
We have to put that on the screen for this. Oh my god!
God.
Wow. The neck tattoo.
She
You
snaps
look
that.
deranged, dude.
She snaps that, and I was like, "Oh God!" She's like, "Well, it's only your permit," and I was like, "Oh, all right."
You get
That
a
is
new
true.
photo for your
Yeah.
license.
Well, so there was that, and then I sweet talked her a little bit more. I was like, "Listen, and I'm not living in country officially, and my license here. I wasn't trying to make it sound like I wasn't living there, but I was like, I've been out of the country a lot. I'm going to be out of the country again. I was like, there's no way for me to finagle a test soon. Somebody can cancel, something else. She's like, no, it's all whatever it is. And that's what they had all told us on the phone.
Yeah.
Everybody I knew had called. And then she's like, unless it's walk-in Wednesday. And I was like, what the fuck is walk-in Wednesday?
Nobody told me about walking
Nobody ever
Wednesday.
mentioned walk-in fucking Wednesday. and I asked about to grab him and be like, what is walk-in Wednesday?
Grab her by the throat.
Now.
You talked to so many people, and every single one forgot to mention the day that you can just walk in.
Exactly. everybody, and I talked to all my family afterwards. They're like, dude, nobody ever mentioned walk-in Wednesday. She's like, well, it's only every other week. And I was like, is it this week? I fly out Wednesday. And she was all like, yeah, it is. It's actually 2 days from now because it was Monday. And I was like, she's like, but the thing with walk-in Wednesday is people show up as early as 3 a.m.
Yep.
And
Jesus.
I was like, oh my God.
When do they open?
Yeah, what kind of DMV?
8:30. They open at 8:30.
They start at 3 a.m. camping out?
Dude,
Yeah.
You wonder why DMVs take forever to get through. They have this shit system.
It's like they're trying to get the new fucking World of Warcraft expansion outside of a GameStop. The new iPhone or something.
So I was like, well, I'll see you guys at 3 a.m. And then I leave. And so like I go and do my stuff. So like I go over to my dad, and because my dad had to drive me to the DMV. And I was all like, hey, Pops, we got to be here at 3 a.m. on Wednesday. And he's like, what the fuck? All right. My dad's, he's all game for that. So it was dope. So I go out and like to go see my mom, see her property because she bought some stuff and has been doing some stuff. I hadn't seen her in a long time, or hadn't seen the property in a long time. So I come back, we get there, and it's like Tuesday night at like 12, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, oh shit, dude. And I had changed my mind. I was like, 3 a.m. is not going to be good enough because I have a flight at 1. I need to be at the airport or whatever, early. And I was like, I need to make sure I'm like one of the first in line. And she on Walk-in Wednesday, she's like, they only take the first 13 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, 13? Where the fuck did you get that number? It doesn't sound like it's all Wednesday. Only 13 people. And she's like, there's a lot more than 13 people lined up.
Yeah.
What happens to the rest of them?
They tell them to go home, probably.
They tell them to go home.
What?
It's probably like 45 minutes to an hour each appointment. So that's what they just do is they have,
Yeah,
Set it
so
up.
I was like,
does Willy Wonka run this DMV or
Yeah,
something?
what the hell
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
The craziest thing is you have to drive your car. The test you have to do in a clown car filled with clowns.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I was like,
There
dude,
are 8
not only
clowns
do
in
I
the
need to be one of the first 13, I need to be like one of the first 3.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dad, we're showing up at 2:30.
Oh,
Because I was
God.
like, nobody's going to get there at 3. I was like, they're all going to show up at like 5, if anything.
Yeah.
I was like, 2:30. Just because like I need to be sure. And if I'm already going to be sitting outside freezing to death, then let's make it happen. So like I get an hour and a half of sleep, wake up, get some blankets, a chair, head out to the DMV. 2:30 a.m. I get there and I begin my camp. I'm sitting there. An hour goes by. Nobody's there. State trooper comes by and, are you homeless? And I was like,
Nope,
No.
waiting for the DMV.
waiting for the DMV. She's like, people don't start showing up for this at 3:30. What are you talking about? I was like, well, I had to be sure. I was like, I got a flight. I got to leave the country, and I got to be number 1. And she's like, well, you're definitely number 1.
What would be funny is if they were like, walk-in Wednesday, that's not even a thing. The lady was just fucking with you the entire time.
I asked 2 other people about Walk-in Wednesday before I walked out because I didn't believe it because nobody mentioned it. Anyway, so like at 4:30, somebody else does arrive. And he's all like, he's a teenager. He's like 16 going in before school. And I was like, hey, dude. He's like, hey. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So we sit there and then ends up, dude, like 50, 60 people are there like by 6 a.m. It's just all the way fucking down the building, a sidewalk of these miserable cold people all waking up. And I had been very quiet. They're all in Southern hospitality is real. They had all been talking to each other. I was just sitting in front of the line, making sure they all knew that I was number 1.
Yeah.
And then eventually somebody was all like asking when everybody arrived, and the guy behind he's like, I arrived at 4:30. They're like, oh my God. And then they're like, when did you arrive, number 1? And I was like,
Number 1.
I gotta kill you, number 1.
2:30. And they're like, what the fuck? And I was like, I have to be number 1. And they're like, oh my God. So anyway, it all goes in. The ladies come out like right before 8:30, and they're like, yesterday we had some cold, bad weather, so we weren't able to do all of our driving tests that were scheduled. So we had to move some of them today. We're only going to be taking 5 Wednesday people today.
Nice.
The rest of you can go home. And so they sent like 50 people home. And then had already been waiting for like multiple hours, which is great. Not as long as me. And then I went in. I drove the car for about 4.5 minutes down the road, turned around and came back, and I'm a licensed driver again.
Yeah,
so you don't have to go back then.
I don't have to go back. Walk in Wednesday just happened to work out, and I went and
That's,
caught my flight all in time.
Oh,
That's
hell yeah. That's
interesting.
awesome.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'll do anything. I was like, I'm not gonna pay for another like
What if you
$800
failed the
flight to go out
test?
there. Yeah, believe me, I
I
was
failed
terrified.
twice.
What?
Yeah.
When you were first learning, though, you didn't retake
Yeah,
it when
but-
you've been driving for
But
10
here's
years.
the thing. I think my instructors or test people, whatever, just were having bad days the first 2 times. They were just like, I don't like this kid. And I didn't do anything wrong.
Back it up.
Oh,
I have no
that is
idea.
messed up.
I was perfect. I parallel parked. I literally
Oh.
on one of them, there was like a wider road, you know,
Mhm.
and technically, apparently, it was a 2-lane road. There was no like white line in the middle, right?
Yeah.
But there were 2, like it was wide enough for 2 cars,
Yeah.
technically.
Yep.
'Cause there's, I mean, some were parked on the side kind of thing. And like literally, he's like, pull up to this light. And I do. I'm towards the left-hand side. And then he goes, when it turns green, make a right. So I'm already to the left, you know, and I do what he says. I made a right. And he's like, you just made a right-hand turn from the left lane. You failed.
What, it
And
was
I
a
was like,
test? You can't do that. What the fuck?
yeah. And I was like, what?
You're not supposed to play mind games with you like that. What the fuck?
He did that. He
See,
didn't even
I-
tell me I was making a right till I had already pulled up to the fucking light.
When
And
I
I failed.
took my test, it was
God.
with the person that taught you, because you can like take it with in school. You can take like, you know, your driving whatever
Yeah,
class.
driver's ed.
And then the teacher can give you the thing if you take a test with her, you know, like a 15-minute, 30-minute drive or whatever at the end. And that's what I did. And I got a perfect score. The person that I was driving with, because it's like, you know, you swap off halfway through, he just barely passed, and the girl was being nice. Like the woman was being very nice. This guy should not pass. I do not know how he's driving. I thought we were going to get in an accident 3 times during the test. But anyways, after that, I drove. I was
Damn.
perfectly fine, did everything right, and she's like, "Oh, you actually have a perfect score. Okay, great. You pass. You didn't do anything wrong." And I was like, "Okay, you're being nice, but fine." And then she's like, "Let's just pull over here, whatever. Let's pull over the next road, and we'll, you know, I'll take over driving." So then I take a turn, and it's like a narrow turn type of deal. And I like cut a little bit extra into the person's lane because it's a really narrow turn. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna dock you 3 points for that because you kind of
After the test was over.
And I was like, you said the test was over, but okay, fine, because I don't care, because I'm, you know, passing. But like, she's like, yeah, perfect score, good job. And then she like afterwards was like,
What the fuck?
this is outside the window.
but yeah.
Damn.
You
You
should
guys have had
pressed.
such good like things with the DMV and those people. I use the term people very loosely because I've been treated
That's
so
what they even
horribly by
are.
them.
The DMV is a horrible place.
See,
Yeah.
DMV just depends where you live too, though. You know,
Okay,
like
so listen to this. Last time I went to the DMV, this was recently. I walk in there, I have everything I need, all of my paperwork, all my filings, and whatever. And
they take one look at you and they go, "Get out."
I didn't bring my own pen. You know, I didn't have a pen. I thought maybe because I had to
should just
sign
have
something
one.
else. Right. I had to sign something else, and she
Mhm.
had to sign something, kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
I hand her. She like prints out this thing, signs it, and then she gives it to me to sign something. Or like I forgot to like write in one little thing somewhere or something, like date something. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Do you have a pen I could borrow?" And she's literally using a pen,
And she said no.
and she just goes, and I'm like,
What?
"Yeah."
What
And
kind
she's
of
like,
DMV
"Figure
doesn't
it
have
out."
Extra
Love the
pens.
power.
Is it
Yeah.
like is it like
She's
during
like-
pandemic where they're like a rule that they
was
can't
like-
fucking share pens? What the fuck?
I don't think so. Like not really. She's like,
People
Even all
don't
the
just
like,
carry around pens
I'm
all
out
the
of
time. What the
community
fuck?
pens. And then I was like, "Oh, okay. Do you know where I could get one?" And she just goes, "Figure it out."
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
And then I walked over to the next. I literally like just stared at her like blankly, like, all right. And I just literally walked to the next window of the woman who watched this interaction, the next like DMV person. And then I was like, do you have a pen I can borrow? And then she just looked at me like I was asking to take one of her organs.
Well,
And she was like, I also don't have a pen you can have. And then I look down and there's a pen on the ground. I picked up the pen and I, like, unbelievably shocked, I just walked back to the original window and said, I found a pen. She's like, okay. And I sign it and I said, you know what? You can keep this pen. And when someone asks, you can give them this.
God. Holy shit.
And then I left.
And then they lost your paperwork.
Yeah, I was gonna say they burnt that paperwork right off.
You should have just said okay and
add
bit
this
your
to the
finger.
community pen file or something like that.
Oh God! Should have just used blood.
Yeah, right. I
Okay.
thought about that.
Bite your
I
finger and just
literally
sign it
thought
in
that.
blood.
I was like driving home. I was so appalled by this interaction. I was like, yeah, I should have just sliced open my hand like a lunatic, or like ripped a tooth out and like writ it in blood.
Use the,
And then
the
just
root of the
and
tooth
then just
to
like
write it.
screamed and like spit blood all over the window.
You made me do this. You made me do this.
Yeah,
That would have been funny.
like in Fight Club. Yeah, that would have been funny.
The other thing with this is, so then I had actually grown to like my permit picture. And I was like, dude, that's some crazy shit. So then they were like, well, take your time to take your driver's picture. I was like, guys, can you just use my permit one? She's like, no, we got to take a new one. I was like, ugh. So then I took a new one, but I was like, how can I make it look exactly the same? So I tried to do everything the same. I was wearing the same clothes. I hadn't showered in 4 days at this point. And
wait, so this one is the one that's going to be on your actual license?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, it's backwards. This one is that's my license picture, the one I sent you guys.
Okay.
This one is my permit picture, and I tried to take them as close to the same as I could. And look at that. Look at that. It's literally like almost identical, except a couple of hairs are out of place.
The license one's actually worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You did a good job.
Yeah, it actually is. You look like one of like El Chapo's henchmen or something. Like
the
they
permit
caught you.
one. The permit one looks like I'm sad. I've been here a long time. I'm just drained. The license one looks like I've just been arrested for something that's very heinous,
it
and I'm
looks
going
like
to
a
jail.
mugshot.
But like I saw them done, and she's like, wow, these are almost the same. And I was like, thanks. So yeah, that was the entire story with that. But I'm just so glad it's done. I don't have to go back to Tennessee. I can only take so much Tennessee.
That's
like,
awesome.
You know, it's a big thing. So I was super glad to have that done.
I see what you mean by the neck tattoo thing.
Yeah,
Now,
Glad it worked out, number one.
yeah. Number one, you did great.
I suffered for it, but I got it.
I like how people like all crammed into like a weird situation like that, like get to like be like kind of close and know each other and have fun and stuff. Like being stuck at the airport with like, you know, that whole flight debacle I had. I got to know those people.
Yeah,
those like 48 hours of hell. Like, yeah, we all grew closer from that. You know?
Well, the day I was flying back was the FAA thing where the computer fucked itself.
I was gonna
and
say,
so I was like, oh my fuck it. But I was only like delayed an hour and a half. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
got
miss
lucky
my
there.
second
That's not too
flight.
bad.
I didn't do anything else. Yeah, it was actually reasonable.
Oh, good. Well, that's quite a story.
Yeah.
it's awesome, man.
I've had this weird pain on my thigh the last couple of days, and I thought it was like something serious, like, you know, because my mind tends to go a little crazy sometimes. Like,
And then it was just a sit or
sitting,
something.
it's like a blood clot or something like that. It's literally like just a painful hair root.
Yep.
I found
You
it
got any
today.
grown hair?
It's a big load off my mind. That's my big news.
That's good to
I
hear.
went to a
I'm
chiropractor.
getting. Oh yeah, I want to hear
Oh,
about
no,
it.
I don't think I said anything about that last time.
Yeah,
I said I think I wanted to go, and then I finally was like, I'm going.
yeah.
And I went, and this dude, you walk in there, and then you sign up, and you walk in, this dude's telling you, he sits you down, gives you a consultation first, right?
Of course.
And he's like, what kind of issues are you having? And I'm like, well, you know, I stream a lot, I do a lot of editing, so I'm at a computer constantly. And he's like,
Yeah.
you have big like text neck, don't you? I was like, yes, sir. He's like, look to the left for me, and then he's like, look to the right, and he's like, you look down a lot, huh? And I was just like, yeah, probably. And he's like, okay. And then he
Hexlim
pulls
walks
out,
around like Charlie Brown, actually all the time.
so he grabs his little like spine thing that he has, and he's like, this is what your issue is, and he's like, this is why your shoulders hurt so much constantly. He's like, because apparently every time, like every degree that you tilt your head, this might not be accurate. It's what I remember him saying anyway. Every like degree that you turn your head down is like 15 pounds of extra weight that your back muscles have to support.
Okay.
So that's why your shoulders get so tight, is because like you're looking down just even a little bit, and it's creating extra weight on the back, your back muscles, like your neck muscles. So that's why they're usually like just in pain constantly. At least that's how mine are. So then he gives his spine out and he shows me like what we need to do to adjust it and everything. And it was really informative. It was really cool. And then I was like, okay, get to the good part, you know, where you snap me.
Yeah.
And so he has me sit down or whatever, and he gets me in these positions, has me lay down, and he's like pushing on my back. And it's like this contraption that when he pushes on the back, like the table gives way. It's hard to describe. I assume it's
I've
to
seen
loosen
it
up
in
the
videos.
spine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume that's what it's
It's called
for.
a drop table, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Aqua.
Yeah, no problem.
So he does that a couple times. He's like, all right, breathe out. And he pushes on my spine harder than anyone has ever pushed on my spine before. And it just like cracks everywhere. And I was like, this is fucking sick. I was like, this is awesome. And I just like breathed out. I was just like, oh man, this is cool. And then he
Did you
grabs
fart?
my. No, I didn't fart.
That would have been funny.
That would have been better. Yeah.
I just farted.
Oh, yeah, that was my back. Man, I'm really cracky today.
He grabs my neck and he's like, all right, breathe out. And I breathe out. And I was so nervous with the neck thing too.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah,
after
I
the
bet.
back, I was like, okay, I think he knows what he's doing. And he just like yanks it and it pops like crazy. And then he's like, okay, get on your side. And I didn't know what the hell he wanted me to do. So I'm laying on my side and I'm just like, how do you want me? And I made the joke of like, okay, how do you want to paint me? And he didn't get it. I don't think he just like dismissed what I said, and I just
Man,
felt awkward.
Doc, at least
I was
take
like,
me for
"All right,
dinner
sorry."
first.
What are you gonna do? Fuck me? Gonna fuck me now? All right, no. He gets me on my side, and then he basically twists my body like opposite directions,
Yeah.
hard, and it cracks the bottom half of my spine. And
That's a lower lumbar adjustment, yeah.
yes. And
Thanks,
I just
Aqua.
like breathed out, and I was just like laughing because I was like, "Holy fuck!" And he's like, "All right, stand up. Like, how do you feel?"
So
He's
anyway,
like, "You should feel taller."
This is why Hexloom is now can't walk. He's now sitting in that chair. He's stuck in that chair.
Yeah, this is
There's
actually a
nothing else he
wheelchair. So he's like, "Do you feel you should be able to standing like taller now and feel better?" And I'm walking around, and I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, I guess. So I don't know if it's like a placebo thing or what. But he's like, okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to see you 2 times a week for a
Yep.
month, and then I want to see you once
There
a
we
week
go.
for a month, and
There
then
you go.
then you only have to come here like once a month. He's like, but we got plans that you can do, like subscription plans. So now I'm on some kind of fucking chiropractic subscription plan.
Oh my
and
god, you fell for it,
They
dude.
won't stop texting me, and it makes me not want to go in because they're bugging me. So
Yep.
now they're just getting me money for free for me. So I'm paying for 4 visits, or actually it's like 6 visits a month. He gave me some free visits because he needed to see me more. And I haven't been back since. Because
Yeah,
you needed to.
You fell for the scheme, dude. That's the
You
whole
gotta go
scheme.
one and done,
It feel like
as
you know.
needed.
You're like, oh, that's a cool pop. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, it's different. And then they sign you up for a subscription plan. You go in, they touch your neck a couple times, and you're hooked for life.
Did
You
you,
know what it is,
feel
though,
better
is-
after though? Like, did your body feel good?
it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
but the
debug.
thing is I will only be there at the chiropractor for like 5 minutes now. Like they don't need a consultation anymore. All my information's in there, and then whoever can crack me. But the drive over there is going to be longer than me getting cracked. So in my mind, I'm like, this isn't worth it. But now I'm locked in for 2 months until I can actually end this subscription that I'm on. So I'm like, well, I probably should just go get my money's worth.
Yeah.
So I might do it tomorrow or something.
Yeah, make some hot TikToks out of it. Yeah, film that
Yeah.
Can I
shit.
record
You'll get
this?
views, and you know what? I'll watch them.
Yeah,
I
the
watch
funny
that
I
thing
would
shit all the
love to
time.
watch Hex get cracked by another man.
I've watched, probably hundreds, maybe thousands
Maybe
of hours
thousands,
of chiropractic footage. From what I can gather, in my expert opinion, and when I say expert, I mean expert.
You probably know as much as that guy
Probably-
does.
Listen,
Probably
it
more.
feels good, right? It feels good. It's. There's nothing medical about it. You definitely don't need to go in
No.
as like, they're just trying to take your money. But like, if you just feel like you need a little crack, make an appointment. Go. It feels good. It's like getting a massage or something.
Yeah, you're just getting adjusted. You know what was more valuable to me was him explaining to me why I feel the way that I do. And
Yeah.
then showing me in the spine, like, what happens in your spine and, like, why there's certain pressure points. Like, that information alone was pretty valuable to me. And the adjustment was cool, too. And I would definitely go back. It's just I got to make time. Also, that guy that adjusted me was a gamer because I told him that I was, streamed on Twitch or whatever. I didn't give him
You
any
told
details.
him that?
I didn't give him any details.
I know, but still, it's like,
Well, he
God,
wanted
I
to
never
know,
do
like,
that.
what I did and,
Yeah.
like, why I'm at a desk.
I
So
always lie.
Did
yeah.
did you?
Nah,
did
he
you
seemed
tell him?
cool.
Did you tell him the game you play?
I
Any
did.
Games? Oh, you're fucked then. Because
No,
Yeah,
I
he'll
told him
find you.
Tarkov.
like you're not. You're
and
not.
then he
like-
goes, did you play Dark and Darker?
Oh, you're,
Oh,
you're
God.
absolutely fucked. He's he is in your
if you
chat.
ever in that subscription, Jonathan the chiropractor is going to show up in your chat.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And he's gonna been bad. He's gonna be like, "Heck, I see you with your head down. You need to come back and see me. We got to
Yeah.
correct that."
Hey, at least I'd be getting my money's worth. Him in my chat telling me to recorrect my posture.
Dr. Crack. You see that
Dr.
name on
Crack.
Twitch? Dr. Crack says, you fucking suck. You piece of shit. Come see me. I need more of your money. I'll give you a Twitch Prime if you come back.
Yeah.
Another appointment.
He was a cool dude. He's like, I'm only here Mondays, so just so you know. And I was like, all right, cool. So I guess like anybody can crack my back there. I assume like the training is just watching a couple of YouTube videos and
Listen, Hexlium, I'll crack you for free.
I
I
would
know
love
all the
that.
moves. I could do your ankles and feet as
Keys
well.
is like, not around
Not
me,
my
not
house.
around me.
I
Yeah.
can do your shoulders and
that'd be a
I'll
fun
even
video.
crack
We
your
should make
little
that a
toes.
video. I'll fly out and we can do that.
okay.
Something stupid.
I
you
think
know?
a chiropractor's a 2-year
I would love that.
degree.
I put on like a coat in the doctor thing with the
Yeah.
big like mirror on the
mirror
top.
on the top. Yeah.
I start out like I've watched thousands of hours. I want to put it to the test if I can actually do this to my friend Hexloom.
We should frame like your certificate, but it's all in like Crayola, like crayons, and have it
That
framed
would
and
actually
show
be a
us.
hilarious video. I might go to jail though, but whatever.
Yeah,
we
no, we'll just
probably
put a
wouldn't monetize
disclaimer.
it.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Just put a disclaimer. Only blind people
Yeah,
would
we
think it's
just-
real.
We just play like the Jackass theme at the beginning.
I have been going to physiotherapy. Did I talk about that last time?
You did.
A little
What
bit.
is that?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. It was something like physical therapy, but different.
But
So
physio.
yeah.
Sounds like
I
a
don't
drink.
fucking know. They give
Physio's
you
like
massages.
preemptive. Physio's
they
usually
give you
preemptive.
massages with it too, which is sick.
Ooh.
So I kind of messed up my knee. It was mainly feeling better, but my trainer was all, "You need to get physio, dude. I go to physio twice a week." And I was like, "Oh, all right, let me get physioed." And so like I do this, and it's just they give you a massage, they give you some like ultrasound therapy, which is complete bullshit, does nothing, and then they shock you, and that's my favorite part. So like the first time I went,
It's like the battery, the car
it
battery.
is. I got
Yeah.
a thing about shocking, dude. Zeechum loves flooding. I love shocking. So they have this like, so they do all that, and they give you like this massage. So I went the first time, and it was all pretty tame. She was like, doing my diagnosis, figuring out where my weak spots are and everything. And then the second time I went, it was completely different chick, and she's like. And I had to go get like x-rays of my knees, and she came back. She's like, "Oh yeah, you look fine. Let me just get in there." So I was like, "Oh God." So she like pulls out these giant plastic like knuckle things. I don't even, it was like she had this thing, and she's like, "So I'm gonna use this to hit your pressure points in your knee." And so she's like starts digging in there. I was like, "Ah!" And she's like, "Just hold it. doesn't hurt as much anymore now, does it? And I was like, no. And so like she did some fucked up shit, just like digging into she's like, you're so tense, I got to get all into these points. And so it's just basically like just a big pointer with a dull end. It was terrifying.
Now was this physio or torture? Like
yeah.
Was
Well,
the torture chamber
it
just
started to become torture.
Yeah.
But I was like, I mean, hey, she knows what she's doing. So I thought. So she does that and like just messed me up. And then she like got this other plastic thing where she's like bars where she's just rubbing it down my thighs really hard. And it's just like I am super sore from all the training I've been doing. So like this shit's just excruciatingly painful, but it also feels really good at the same time.
Do you roll yourself out after you work out?
Foam rolling, dude, I love the foam roll. Yes, it's my favorite. Also excruciatingly painful.
It hurts a lot, but yeah, it's good.
It was like that, but 10 times more.
Yeah.
So she was doing that, and then she did the ultrasound stuff, and then she got the shocker. And the first lady just put me on a set amount, and then this lady, she's like, "Well, tell me when it hurts." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh god.
And I mean, I like shocking.
Yeah.
So she did it, and I just sat there silent, and she's like, doesn't hurt at all? I was like, no. She's like, cranked it. It's like she asked like 5 times before. I was like, starting to sting. Yeah. And she's like, okay. And then she just left for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh yeah.
We're turning it up and stuff.
Oh yeah, like my entire my knee goes numb, then my my calf goes numb, and then all up to my thighs going numb at this point. I'm just like, oh, it doesn't hurt much anymore. Yeah. And then she comes back, she's like, okay, and she's like, oh, okay, well let's go do some training exercises. And I come back and I was like, I don't think I can stand up. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to walk right now. She's like, oh, it was that. She was like, well, I know it was high, but I was like, you told me to tell you when it hurt. She's like, well, I guess most people tell me before it actually starts to hurt.
Yeah.
I came back, I told my trainer about it. He's like, oh my God, what the fuck? No. He's like, but you feel fine now? I was like, it took about 4 hours until after it. But yeah, I feel fine now.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. Don't get shocked at the where it hurts for 15 minutes.
I love getting shocked. I used to get shocked every single game day.
Best.
Yeah, every game day they do it that way. It was
I've never been shocked by anything
either.
but like a light socket,
It was good. It's like, well, the way that they did it for mine, they put these 2 nodes in certain places on whatever body part you're trying to numb or whatever they're fixing. And then it just puts electrical things bzz, 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 bzz,
so it feels like that muscle's twitching.
Muscles contracting really tight.
There's stuff that contracts and then it's numb afterwards. And for me, it was it generally made it so I didn't have pain for 12 hours maybe.
That's fucked up. But yeah, I was super thrilled about that. But my time at the physio is over, and I'm very upset about it. I enjoyed it.
You could probably get some kind of device that does it to yourself.
No,
I'm sure
on Amazon.
Yeah,
I got this thing on Amazon. I love it. It's like this thing you put your arms through it, 2 little loops here and here, and it sits on your neck, and the weight of your arms pushes it down, and it just rubs your neck. Hexloom, I'll send you a link. You're gonna love it.
Okay, cool.
So it's just like you're holding your jacket on you, but it does massage.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's a massager. Yeah. It's really good.
That's sick.
It's like $30 too. Just look up neck massager on Amazon.
You don't even
right
have
up.
to. Just scroll Twitter or something, and eventually you'll get some
It'll
sort of
show up.
You'll get some sort of ad that's similar to it.
Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't get it like that. I just looked up a neck massager because my neck was bothering me like yours, Hexloom, one day. And
yeah, it's my my upper shoulders and neck.
Yeah,
hurt
me too.
A lot.
Exactly. This thing is perfect for you. Get it. You're gonna love it.
You know
so
what
I'm trying
else
to be more
is
aware
great?
about.
Do you know what else is
posture.
perfect? Because we have some breaking news from Manscaped.
Thank you.
Now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with a brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using code GAMERHOLE. That's all one word, code GAMERHOLE for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com, code GAMERHOLE. New beard. We don't have to use our ball trimmer on our face anymore, boys. This is very exciting.
I want to, though. I like it. I like. I'm gonna get one of those. The beard thing.
I mean, I was like, I don't mind using it on my face, but I'm totally in on having a facial one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
save, Aqua.
Good save.
Aqua's like, no, I don't want it.
I refuse.
I want the balls one.
I'm just saying the balls one's already so good, you know? How could it be any better? But I want to know. The funny
But
thing
I didn't
is,
know that they were doing a beard
Deckie's
kit.
pubes is also shaved into chops.
Yeah.
Yes. My signature beard look.
The reverse landing strip. That's all he does.
It's just got a gap.
How would that be? Like a little at the top and balls are perfectly clean.
But yeah,
Nice.
thank you, Manscaped. We appreciate you.
You know, it's funny. Like everybody gives me a hard time when I talk about Manscaped and how I use my, pubic hair trimmer, ball trimmer, whatever you want to call it, lawnmower 4.0, on my face, and everyone's like, "Ew, that's so fucking gross!" Wah wah wah. And I'm like, and I said the other day, I was like, "Listen, motherfuckers, I know you're all sitting there with your hands on your balls right now at your desk playing around in there, and then in 2 seconds you're going to run that hand through your hair, you're going to touch your eyes, you're going to rub your eyes, you're going to pick your nose, you're going to go eat a fucking sandwich. Shut up."
Yeah, let them know, Aqua.
Yeah,
Fuck those guys.
that's way grosser.
I'm
And
on
you know
their
what?
website.
We all
I don't
do
see it.
It's because it comes out tomorrow. Or
Well,
something like that. Yeah.
I want to see it now.
I'm
I'll
very
send you
excited.
pictures. I'll send you
Yeah.
pictures.
Well, that doesn't work for my schedule timing, so.
No, it works fine, Hexloom. Okay, it's gonna work just fine.
Well, by this time, when everyone sees this, we have already won Trust and Rust.
Yeah,
just
that's
wanna
true.
Throw that out there.
Mhm.
I tried to get Dekie in on the team too, but I think you're going to be gone anyway. So
I'm gonna be going.
Oh, that is true. That's a better reason. I
whenever
asked
I ask
Z-Chum, I was
Aqua
like,
anything, he's just like, "Ask Z-Chum."
Yeah.
he's
I don't
the
know.
captain.
Tell
He's the
Z-Chum.
boss.
Just
He's
like,
the captain
okay.
this time.
Sorry.
Yeah. What do you want from me? What am I, your little messenger boy? You know Z-Chum. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I asked him, what about Dekie? And then he said, Dekie hates Rust. So I was like, oh.
Dekie the other day.
I mean, that's a good reason, I guess.
That would have been fun though.
What was it was it you were streaming or something? I don't remember. Was it last night? I don't remember. I remember that recently you were just like, fucking Rust. I hate fucking Rust. And you were going in on it. So,
Ooh, Dekie?
yeah, Dekie. Dekie was just talking about
yeah.
how bad experience he has as Rust.
Horrible. I've tried to like it so many times, and it's always been worse every time I goddamn play it.
The only time that it was semi-good was just because Aqua and him got into a helicopter and rode it a little bit.
I think that's like your first time.
That was my first and only decent Rust experience.
The entire goal that day was to make a 1x2 and make Dekie fly.
Yeah, make Dekie fly.
Damn.
Whether
Make
it
the
was a
Batman
hot air
fly.
balloon or a mini copter. And we did. We made him
We
fly.
did.
God
We
damn it.
did. Not for long, but we did.
That video is funny, actually. I guess I should rewatch that. That was a long time ago.
That was.
Good times.
What there was tell me. So guys, I was doing like a subathon right before I went to Tennessee because like a buy thing, because then after that I'm not streaming anymore because I leave tomorrow. So but all this drama blew up. I want the drama.
There's a lot of drama.
I want the drama. I saw some twitlonger from Nice Guy. Apparently, Nice Guy is almost getting canceled. And then apparently there's a hacker, but nobody can prove he's a hacker. And then what is the details? Give it to me, Aqua, because I know you stay up to date with it.
Yeah, I definitely know, but I have no fucking clue, and they all need to calm down. That's my
Basically,
opinion.
Rengar posted some video about this dude, just saying like this guy must be the prophet of Tarkov.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was like snapping to his heads, but the thing that's really confusing everyone is this guy's actual stats.
Yeah.
Because the amount that he's actually healed himself is insanely low for as many raids as he's been in, and also he already has Kappa.
Insanely low. Yeah.
His stats don't really equate to someone who plays that much. I think his stats also showed he has like 4,000 hours in
He's
this game or
simply
something.
using the invisibility button. Not many people know about that in Tarkov. There's a button you can push.
Yeah, it's in the settings.
It's in
Yeah, how do we know about that? And they
I
don't understand.
I know a lot about this because I dealt with a lot of it. But yeah, Noise Guy. I guess he knows the guy. And
Nice Guy's the guy that doesn't kill people, right?
No. This is Noise
He's the
Guy
one that
or
tweets
whatever.
every 4 minutes
He's
whenever
the
there's an update.
conspiracy guy.
There you
yeah.
go. He's this conspiracy guy. What happens is
He doesn't wear the bucket hat?
No, that's
No.
Friendly Guy.
That's Friendly Guy.
Oh, see, I thought this was that guy,
No.
and that's why I was so excited that the
He's
friendly
cheating.
guy was involved with all this drama. That's I was like, this is great. I've been eating it up, even though I don't know what's going on. But in my head, I was like,
is
oh
the
yeah.
smiley face guy on Twitter who's always like looking into everything about like when wipe is and trying to
No,
like decode things.
What I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because there's people involved that I work with.
Yes. Oh, okay, then no.
But Noise Guy or Nice
yeah, I
Guy,
forgot
whatever
Trey.
the fuck his name is, he's known for spewing a bunch of shit as if it's fact, and then like retracting and flip flopping if he needs to. And this guy, I guess he played with or knows or something, part of his community. And it definitely looks like a hacker. You can't say he is a hacker because you don't really know, but it looks pretty sketchy. And Nice Guy like went out and made a statement like, this guy's 100% not a hacker. You guys are all like, he essentially like gave 100% this guy's not hacking. And
He had like 50 thoughts in like the matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he tweeted
And
all of them.
They were all like back and forth, flippy floppy. And I was like, what are you, a politician? What the fuck is going on? But the thing is that if you make your money, if you make income and you're, partial living off spewing a bunch of bullshit and seeing how many clicks you get, that's just what happened. He got a lot of notoriety, and then people were like hating on him because it's not fact and he was treating it like fact. And people were like, dude, you're an idiot. And then he like was gonna quit streaming or quit.
Yeah, then he's like,
everything.
the pressure is
Longer I
too
read.
much, and like
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit now. And it's like, dude, just chill
Calm
out.
down.
Like, just
yeah.
think before you speak. Like, that's all you got to do.
And all you had to say was like, I don't.
Now,
like, there's
and now
no
he's
proof.
not quitting.
Yeah,
And
now he's not
quitting.
Which I
The
knew
only
was going
thing
to
I
fucking
saw
happen
from
to
this
begin with.
is a twit longer saying I'm not quitting, and I saw that this morning. So I looked
I read
at
the
it
entire
for
thing.
a
It took like
second.
30 minutes.
I didn't read it.
I didn't read it.
Too
It was
long,
a
didn't-
goddamn mess. I don't know if I was half asleep or if that guy just can't write. He ended up putting a follow-up thing. He's like, it auto-posted and I didn't
He's
get to
just-
reread it.
He seems like a very impulsive guy.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's what it is.
and he just
makes
says
money
stuff
off
and
saying
tweets
stuff.
before like really
Yeah.
being sure about stuff, I guess. But who cares? Whatever. Like,
I think
guys,
what it
just
boils
play
down
the game.
to,
Have fun.
What
Let BSG worry about who's cheating. You
Yeah.
know.
and
Yeah,
what
they
it boils
love
down
taking care of
to,
that.
but what it boils down to is people are upset both
I can't,
ways.
so I don't care.
People are upset both ways without any actual proof. You can say like it's sketchy or whatever, and that's fine. But like people really care about who gets Kappa for some fucking reason, and it's like, who gives a
Yeah.
fuck?
I could not care less.
That's what
Like, that's the
that was
thing.
my point. Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck?
Well, okay, like I get it. It's like
If
you
he's a
know,
hacker, he should be removed from the game. But who gives a fuck that he got
It's a-
Kappa
it-
first?
I could see people caring about that. It's like speed running. There's
So
a competitive aspect. Wipes are a big deal. Everybody's like hustling, grind. Like I totally get it. I get it. I get why people are upset. But what are you gonna do? I guess whatever.
Because the thing is
it's
that
fun to talk about. I guess.
Trey and Toothy had their subathon where they're essentially playing on the same account 24/7, approved by BSG because they are in the same house. Before
Yeah.
people get into that, it was approved by BSG. But yeah, they were at Kappa, but they had to find like 3 items and kill the goon or whatever. And then they find out that this guy like finished it easily without ever healing really or anything like that.
Oh, so they're mad.
It was kind of like Trey made a statement like, "Oh, well, he must be better than double everyone else that plays the game."
It's funny. Remember when like 5 of us all played on one account at your house, Kings? Also approved by PSG, but we're all so fucking shit that we barely got anywhere.
Well, we also, to make it worse, to make that whole situation worse about how bad we were, Omid purposely was throwing / making everyone panic.
He was throwing and then making me crazy about how
that was
I
fun.
was unable to get a kill.
Yeah. Anyone see? That's the thing.
As soon as the spell that Omid cast on me broke, I got like 5 shooter board shots. Just saying,
It's just,
man, he really got in my head.
and like
funny.
no one's gonna get mad at us doing like people would actually get mad at Trey
like-
and Toothy because they might actually get Kappa first.
Yeah,
but they're not
posed
mad at
no
us.
threat.
They were further than the 5 of us together.
We
like,
posed
at the same
zero
point.
threat to the Tarkov
No one gave a
speedrunning
shit.
community.
Yeah,
So
that
See,
was
like,
a little
that's
different.
where I didn't understand the drama coming in, but I understand why they would be kind of upset about
Yeah, I
him
get
getting
it,
it first.
you know?
That makes
It's-
more sense if he was technically hacking, which I'm not taking his side.
I
yeah,
don't.
but the
have
thing
it.
is, then you just dismiss that he got.
Yeah.
It's not like you get a trophy. It's not like
That's what I'm
PSG
saying.
sends you
Yeah.
out like a plaque.
I mean,
that
but
says,
if you're grinding for it, man, it
It's
matters
still-
to you.
It matters.
Yeah.
It's still
not
it's
when there's
still
a
like thing.
cheater. I feel, or
I don't- I feel
alleged
like it shouldn't
cheater.
be.
I
Well,
guess.
the thing is, you can't really prove it. That's my point.
You never can.
Right.
You just
Yeah,
have to
that's
play the
true.
game and not care that much, though. Like, because if you're really going to be obsessed over who's like going to get something first, it has to be a fair thing. Like
Unfortunately,
all the
yeah,
speed running things, right, is mostly
those are
they're less chance, more of like single player, no way to really hack unless you're actually hacking, and then people can tell. But like for
They're
speed runnings,
splicing,
usually
but,
it's usually speed running's a single player game, not so
Did
many
they get
other
it?
factors.
I know all they needed was
So-
like that bear plush or whatever.
So I think
that like fucking day one.
I have to ask Trey, but I think he's resetting an account, not getting it because the server went down. The way that they do it is all the footage goes to like a server and then it goes out. Like he
What?
streams that. It died. The Arduino died, so he couldn't do it anymore. So he
You
stopped
just spoke
displaying.
another language to me. I have
Wait, he
no
could
idea what you're
still-
talking about.
So
Wait,
they
what?
didn't get Kappa and they're resetting.
Yes.
Oh.
They got to the point where they're like, we would have had Kappa if people stopped stream sniping and if hackers weren't there. Like he had a full day of hackers stream
they should
sniping
just
him and
finish
killing
it
him.
up.
So no, because it doesn't matter. And that's what I said to him. Does it matter if you guys actually get Kappa? And he said no. And I said, okay, then reset it then if you
I
want.
thought that was the end of the subathon, though.
Or the timer
Kappa.
runs out. The timer ran out.
Oh, all right.
Like there
Well,
was
fair enough,
there was
then.
an hour left on the clock, and he had to go to bed / host Toothy. Like usually what happens is Toothy plays, and Trey streams Toothy's POV on his channel. But he was like, I can't do it anymore. The Arduino's down. Our servers are dead. So I'm just going to host Toothy, and he's going to finish it. And the timer ran out on Toothy's watch, so they just said we'll end it.
Okay. Well, they were close, What?
I don't know. It's just a funny thing to say.
Sounds like a dad
Well,
talking to
yeah,
his kids.
Listen, I like those guys. It was close, Good try.
Well, that's a bummer.
It's not really a bummer,
So you're
though.
saying there's a chance that we can get Kappa before them now because they're resetting and we're
Oh,
ahead of them.
no. There's
Hell
no
no.
way. There's no way. There's no way.
We could all use one account that's already ahead.
I think that if Trey played off stream,
If they gave us that account with one item
Yeah,
left,
exactly.
needed,
Still
then
wouldn't
maybe.
get it.
Yeah.
if Trey played off stream, he could probably complete hardcore Tarkov before a lot of people would get Kappa by themselves.
Yeah, that guy's good.
He's pretty good. He's
Toothy,
cracked.
too. The two of them
Both of
together.
them are very good. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
it's not fair.
And the
It's not
crazy thing
fair.
is that 3 days before this drama happened, there was a drama because people were mad because Toothy and Trey are playing on the same account.
Oh, yeah. I saw a lot of people trying to clap back at him, being like, well, you guys are playing on the same
Yeah.
account, blah, blah, blah.
So what? Just
no,
be like, first,
I know. Yeah.
I got first Kappa for just one person.
Yeah.
Like that's just define that when you.
Oh,
like,
I
make
mean,
a
they
stink
could
about
also
it
be
on
like,
Twitter
I
or
got
whatever.
first Kappa that wasn't hacking.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's
My
even
big
though
thing
it's
is it doesn't
trivial,
matter, but
it's to you up here, man.
It's mental how you look at it, not
like King said, it's hard to be super competitive about that in an online game setting. Like
there's always going to be bullshit,
especially in FPS and things with RMT and things like that, and stream sniping. And no way. Yeah, like the only clean way to do it for speedrunning is, like you said, single player games, like live.
Which makes me think that I would assume that a lot more people have maybe already gotten Kappa. Because like I think when a lot of people think of Tarkov, all they think of are streamers, right? Or at least the bigger streamers.
I think
And
Rengar
they
got
don't-
it. Or one item off or something the other
But
day.
you don't realize they have a huge player base that doesn't stream, or they're playing
Those
video
guys all
games for
suck.
fun, you know?
And that was one of the things that people didn't like about this guy that came out and has it now, is he told Nice Guy, whatever the fuck his name is, he told him, like, oh, I got it, look, I have Kappa. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, what? Like, and then people were like, let's look at his stats. Because he's not a streamer. He's not known for being good. It's just...
I thought he was a streamer. I thought he's a small.
No, he's not a streamer. He doesn't stream. And then
that VOD was on stream,
he
though.
streamed after people called him a hacker to prove that he wasn't hacking. But everyone that was watching his streams, like, he's really moving like a new player, like, you know, like as if someone turned off.
I saw that. That looked like my gameplay.
Exactly.
It just looked like someone when I saw
And
the
I'm not a
clip.
new player.
When I saw the clip, I was like, it just looks like someone is freaked out that he's in a and just like, you know, just like nervous, but he's holding it down. And I didn't realize. I'm like, what's wrong with this clip?
It took me a while to figure it out too.
It just looks like an average player, but the point was
thought
that his
they were-
stats look like he's the best player ever.
I thought they were saying that it was a good clip at first, like he was like godly with his movement or something. And then I was like, wait a minute, I would totally do this same thing.
I was like,
and then
this
I
looks
thought
like
to
my
myself,
gameplay.
and then I thought to myself, yeah, so I would move exactly like this, then it's not that good.
Yeah.
That's how I deciphered what they were talking about.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just want to get to the level where I'm accused of cheating. I feel like that would be a nice thing.
yeah.
You know?
Just
Like,
randomly
oh,
start shooting
I'm
through
getting
walls.
better.
Hex, just randomly start shooting through walls and doors and shit. And once you kill someone like that, maybe they'll clip it and throw it on Reddit.
I'm gonna start just snapping to random objects and see
shoot.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, I don't know what that was, and then act like I'm tabbing out or something, and then we come back. How I tricked the entire Tarkov community to think I was cheating. That could be a good video.
What I told
That's funny.
what I kept saying is like this guy's gonna make a ton of money. He could, even if he's hacking or not hacking, whatever, he could just like start streaming because he had like 2,000 concurrent viewers when he turned on his stream.
Yeah, he should have
Everyone's
just kept
trying
it
to
going.
Should just keep going.
That would be funny, Hexloom. Like it seems like you're hacking just from
Yeah.
like, but yet you still suck. You know, like, you're not getting any kills or anything. That'd be good. But everyone's like, look at that.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
I'll sneak in like I can't figure out this damn software somewhere, and then act like I didn't mean to say that or something. You know?
Shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty funny.
Meanwhile, get head eyes. Like, instantly.
just shoot like across the map and pretend like you killed a scav or something. Just like
Yeah.
from a mile away. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't do anything. Nope.
I'll create scenes that, like, at the end of the raid, it'll show like I hit like I'll Photoshop an end scene, and I'll have it on my stream deck, so it'll show that where I hit like a scav from like 2,000 meters away or something.
750 meter headshot
onto
or something. Yeah.
I'm just gonna lie to everyone, and then make a video about it.
Yeah.
You should. That'd be
Not a
good.
bad idea.
That'd actually be a really good video.
It'd be
I'll start
funny.
saying stuff about Nice Guy. He'll take it to the next level, tweeting every 2 minutes. You know,
A lot of people will be all
I bought him
pissed
from
off.
Nice Guy. I bought him from Nice Guy.
Yeah. People see your stream while you're doing that. All these conspiracies start forming. And then you drop the video and it's just like, you guys are fucking dumb.
Yeah. That might be a funny thing I like to do.
You should do
I'm
it.
actually seriously considering this.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
actually,
It'd be funny.
not a bad idea. You'd get a lot of people talking about you, that's for sure.
Even if it doesn't like catch on and people don't start calling you a hacker, it still would make a really good video.
Be a
Like,
funny video.
like I trolled my stream is the worst video you'd make out of that, and it'd be hilarious. So
Is this guy hacking? That's nuts. And I'll turn on my toggle, like a toggle, so I don't hold to aim. Because I think that's what that guy had, which made the video even more sus.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
made it.
hold to aim.
No, I know that, but in that situation that guy had, it looked like he was snapping the shit, but he was just trying to un-ADS, basically, I was told.
It looks like
Anyways,
he's
I
just
don't know.
spam right-clicking.
Yeah.
and everyone's like, that's probably because there's a toggle
Right.
for him to turn on hacks with 3 right clicks or some bullshit.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's a good thing to know. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
For
I don't know. That's what
For what
some
to
people were
do.
saying.
Maybe
Was
he
there
was
something about like maybe his toggle was like 3 right clicks auto snaps to
How
someone.
do all these guys know so much about toggling?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
my
Yeah,
question.
I don't know about
that.
Yeah.
99% of Tarkov players are hackers.
I hacked the other day because Omid showed me something very cool. I guess it's not really hacking; it's just a bug. But
clip it,
it's fun.
clip
It's
it,
fun
clip
to
it.
call it like that. But did you do the ADS thing where like you
Yeah.
ADS,
Oh, yeah.
then
Then
you
you turn
free
your
look,
head.
and then do tab, and then untab, and then you get like a way bigger like
Yeah.
FOV.
Yeah.
When you ADS, your
Oh.
FOV doesn't do that, but it resets. I'm always turning my head in that game, so it resets
it
as soon as you
resets when
turn
you
your
turn your
head.
head.
Yeah.
Still kind of neat though.
It is,
Like, when
yeah.
you're
Bug.
sniping, it's pretty sweet.
I'm
Which,
just
I mean-
glad that they made the return of you can look around when you're ADSing again, because you couldn't do that last wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I used to love doing that while sniping. I was always my
Looking
head was
around,
on a
yeah.
swivel.
Observant.
That's
The
how
guy
I
has,
did
the
shoot
guy has the
everyone
worst
heaven
neck
before.
in the world. He can only move his head like this. Like, it's such
I know.
bullshit. Such bullshit. It makes me so
That-
mad with
that
Tarkov.
guy
I love
needs-
free-looking video games. But, dude, I can crane my neck around. Check that out. You see that? I can see behind me right now, dude.
Nah, you look down
Not
a lot.
Tarkov, man. Not
Yeah,
Tarkov,
true. I
can
man.
tell.
Tarkov, man. That's like the max of his...
He needs to see Hexlim's
Yeah, he
chiropractor.
needs to
They
get
should make a
cracked.
chiropractor like next to the gym in the
Oh,
hideout,
yes.
so that way you can look around more.
Yeah.
I don't even have the
360
gym. I haven't even seen the gym.
You're
Mine is
missing
still
out.
that wall with the fucking crack
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
it or
say,
whatever.
have you had fun mopping up the fucking crack or whatever the
I
fuck
still
it makes
need
you
the
do?
I'm
sledgehammer.
mopping like crazy. I'm like Cinderella in there. I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing the floor.
That is the funniest thing they added was like, your hideout now degrades. You now have to mop the floor.
Yeah, and you don't get as much XP either. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I haven't seen the sledgehammer once. I played with
Me neither.
Catboy during my drops. He finds it the first raid he's ever in the game. I
Fucking
wanted to
Catboy.
lose my
Man, I
mind.
had the sledgehammer like 3 times.
I haven't even seen one.
Where do you get it?
Director's
industrial
office.
crates. Yeah.
In
Director's
the brown boxes?
Yeah.
It was just on the ground.
on the
with
couch in the
Catboy.
bottom of dorms.
Fucking Catboy.
From what I've heard from
On the,
everyone,
on the
though,
barrel near
they're
backpackless
everywhere.
extract. Yeah.
Yeah, they're, I think it's a random chance, like in a lot of places. Like,
But
But they
almost
just
everywhere.
made it so you can buy it on the flea. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, you can buy it now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You couldn't before, but now you can.
That was another thing everyone's mad about is the fact that like
Taking out more
wipe
ammo.
happened and then weird stuff happens every week where they take out ammo and take out shit. I don't know.
I'm okay with the ammo changes. I
I'm
don't care.
okay with it. I just wish they would have done it on wipe day.
At wipe before everybody's
Yeah.
already late game. That's going to be late game.
Yeah. But other than that,
like the
Whatever.
key changes.
yeah,
That
who
was
I'm
really
having
cares?
fun playing the game.
Dude,
It's been
everyone's
fun.
calling Aqua's footage wrong because the key the unknown key is 40 out of 40 or whatever. And they're like, it's
Oh.
1 out of 1 this wipe, and I was like, yeah, but if you had it before they changed it,
Is
it's
this
still
an
40
old
out of 40.
video?
Yeah,
No, it's
exactly.
not. Mine was negative.
Yeah,
sorry,
my
what?
machine key was
that what it
negative
is?
2 out of
Whatever
1
it
or
is.
something.
Also,
Okay.
also the footage is from day 1, or day 2, and people are like,
yeah.
this must be an old wipe. And
It
it's
is
like, shut
insane
up.
to me how people think YouTube videos are super current.
They think
Or
it's
like
the same day.
minutes
Especially
of-
edited videos.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane how people think that. Like,
Yeah.
they think it was earlier that day. I don't understand that thought process. But anyway, I guess they've never made
never-
a video in their
They've
life.
never edited,
so they don't
and
understand.
also like people don't like. I don't know if they don't realize or they just don't understand. Like we upload 1 video a day for Also Aqua.
yeah,
Do you really
and
think we're gonna?
obviously, like,
It's like a full fucking
videos in a
stream or
row
something.
are all
Yeah.
from the same
Yeah.
day. Like,
I mean, that's from your perspective. I get it because you guys live, breathe, and do all that shit. I just do stream. But like when I watch YouTube, I'm not thinking of the behind the scenes aspects of it. I turn on the video, and as far as I know, it is current. So I understand their point of view.
Hey, I get it.
I
get
could
it.
see if there was
If you
a brand
put any
new
thought
viewer,
into
though.
it, yeah, you would think of it. But I just don't think most people are thinking about that.
If it was a
You're
brand new
right, you're
viewer, I
right.
could see that. But
I
most of them
was
are returning.
assuming like people who tune in like
Yeah.
every day.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
even then,
okay.
you do have to expect a delay, at least a couple day delay.
Well, you're
If
not
you're
expecting.
editing.
You're just enjoying the content.
Day
Okay.
delay. Day delay.
And when I watch
Van
things, I
delay.
don't think about the behind the scenes on anything.
That's
I'm
all-
just enjoying it.
That's all I think about now is the behind the scenes.
That's why I stopped
Holy
doing music
shit.
production.
Why?
Because when I was making music, I started picking apart every song I listened to, and I hated it so much. I took the enjoyment out of music for
Really?
me. So I was
I would
like,
think
I
that
don't want to do
would
it.
make you enjoy music more.
No, not me. I like to just hear it like a whole package thing and just let it make me feel my feelings.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was picking apart
Interesting.
Creed songs, and it was making him sad. so-
I just don't understand how they got
like-
I did this.
It was so emotional.
this, but why didn't he do this instead? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
upset.
That's what it ruined Creed for me.
Why is
Not
he
the
like my
fact that they
arms wide
stuck.
open? That doesn't make sense. Like, fuck.
I'll tell you everything. God.
Too much
love
reverb.
Creed.
Don't like it. I don't know.
Creed
music,
rocks.
But yeah.
You're Scott Stapp. Doesn't that guy go to jail or something?
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Okay.
I think from what I heard, yeah.
God, crazy.
Yeah,
Is this
but
the members?
I do
What
like
is this?
music.
This is the main. This is the
Oh,
main.
okay.
I'm ready to wrap up whenever, but I
Okay,
mean,
goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Wait, don't end it.
Okay.
We should probably explain that we're not going to be back for a while.
Okay, no. Let's change this. You guys might have noticed we've missed a couple weeks. We apologize. We are going to try to do some extra stuff for members to keep them going.
Drops
and then
ruined everything.
The drops ruined a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that went on.
We've
But
all been busy with
We're
stuff.
back to do some stuff here and there, but Aqua's gonna be busy. Dekie's gonna be busy. Hexalum and I might try to do something, but we'll see.
I'm gonna be busy that day.
Yeah, probably Hexalum's busy as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna find 3 other people, replace these fuckers, and get back to a schedule.
Kings shows up with like him wearing different hats.
Yeah.
He plays parts of all of us.
Talk about some real editing. But yeah, I would, yes, it'll be, circumstantial.
It's not gonna be every Thursday. It'll be if Dekie has time to record from wherever, if we can set it up. Aqua has something to do, and he's gonna be out for quite a while. But like,
I'm having surgery with a 6-week
thank you.
recovery. If I can make it back, before that, great. If not, I'm not going to push it. So
3 hours ago.
Nothing serious though, right?
it's open heart surgery.
I mean, it
It's-
is surgery, but
Yeah.
it's a routine
common-
It's a very routine
for that. Yeah.
I just
but
don't want people to
big-
freak out.
Yes.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. You're right.
Yeah,
It's a very routine thing, but it is a big surgery
Yes.
with a big recovery.
Yes.
But I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
So
and
it-
it's a good thing in the long
Hopefully.
run.
Yeah. So they say. So we're giving 6 weeks.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
We're giving Aqua 6 weeks, no matter what, to like be
You're like-
heal fully. If he comes back early, fine. But if not, then don't expect Aqua around for 6 weeks.
yeah.
Somebody needs to get rid of this fucking asshole over here.
Yeah,
God damn.
exactly. Jesus.
Fucking peanut gallery down there.
And this probably won't be the last time we see Aqua. We'll record again before he leaves, but
Can I
We'll figure it
go?
out.
Do they have Can I go watch the surgery? Would it be like Kramer up there eating?
Yeah,
Drop
Bill,
a
go
Skittle
whatever.
in there or an M&M or something. I don't think so. I don't think that's a real thing unless
Oh.
you're like a medical student. And
they're
there's
not
certainly.
they're not
I don't
open
know.
anymore. They're glassed.
Oh,
Observer rooms are glassed.
those are real things. Okay.
It's for medical people, but yeah.
One ticket, please, to
Um,
the Aqua FPS open heart surgery.
Yeah, that'd
You
be
get that on
cool.
Ticketmaster or what? No, I'm sure it'll be fine, Aqua. I'm just goofing.
I know.
I know it's a serious thing.
So what we will make a statement about the gamer hole for
Thanks for clarifying.
I just watch it. I do care.
until the end of March, maybe April. We are doing the gamer hole as whatever we can do. If you guys want to unmembership, so you don't have to pay for sporadic members only episodes, feel free.
You're still gonna fucking pay.
We'll
gonna
do what
do
we
it.
can for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Sure would be a shame if you guys went over to twitch.tv/Hexloom and subbed over there instead. I'm going to be live a lot.
All right, guys. Bye. Don't
Shame if you guys went over to
don't suck the heck.
twitch.tv/Hexloom.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, gamers? Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. We put a lot of work into these. If you liked it, consider becoming a member just by clicking the join button down below this video. Becoming a member will get you access to exclusive members-only benefits like a monthly live stream, as well as an extra hour-long episode every week on top of the main episode. Thank you again for watching. Appreciate you. And as always, we will see you next week.